So we are looking at lesson 6.1 in our Glencoe Accelerated Math book on using the percent proportion. We talked about how when we use that percent proportion, we're setting it up as the part over the whole equaling some percentage out of 100. We can be missing any one of three pieces of information. We can be missing the part, we can be missing the whole, or we can be missing the percent. Alright? So, if we look in our book at example 1, can someone please read for me example 1? Alright, go ahead. What's it say?
12 is what percent of 32?
12 is what percent of 32? So the 12, is that going to be my part, my whole, or my percent? Raise a hand. Is 12 going to be the part, the whole, or the percent? Yes, sir.
12 is going to be the part.
12 is the part. Alright. And what other piece of information were we given? 32, which is what?
The whole.
The whole. So we're looking for the percent. I need a variable. Can someone please raise a hand? Give me a variable. Go ahead.
X.
We're going to use X. The 100 is a constant because percent means per 100. So that part's not going to change. You're always going to have 100 here. Alright? Now, I've got a proportion. I've got a piece of information missing. What do I do? Raise hands. Go ahead.
Cross multiply.
I cross multiply. Do you want to draw in the band-aids or butterflies, or are we going to skip that today? No, it's up to you.
Sure.
Sure, okay. We've got our band-aids or butterflies, whatever you want to call it. When we cross multiply, what two quantities do I multiply together first? Go ahead.
12 and 100.
Alright, 12 times 100. And what goes on the other side of my equation? Yes, ma'am?
32 times x.
32 times x. Alright, what is 12 times 100?
1,200.
1,200. Simplifying 32 times x gives us 32x. Alright, what do I do next? Because I don't want to know how many 32x's are. I want to know what 1x is. Yes, sir.
You divide both sides by 32
Okay, and why am I dividing by 32?
to get x by itself. Because 32 is on the x side.
Okay, we're going to divide by the number attached to our variable to get the variable by itself. My 32's cancel. I'm left with x. 1,200 divided by 32. Do I have any handy dandy calculators out?
Yep, that one.
I'm sorry?
37.5.
37.5. Alright. Can I have a decimal and a percent?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? I can absolutely have that. No biggie. Okay? But do I just want to leave that 37.5 as it is, or can I rewrite it to answer my question? I need to rewrite it. Thank you. How do I rewrite 37.5 to answer in the context of my problem? What do I need to add to the end of that?
Percent.
A percent sign. Okay? So if I'm asked what percent of, then I need to have a percent as my answer, which means I need a percent sign at the end. Okay? If I am asked for the part or for the whole, am I going to put a percent at the end? No. Because our part and our whole quantities aren't percentages. Okay? Questions? All right. Let's do another example, please. If you need to get a digital version of this, please do so now. If you were going to take a picture of it, go grab your picture real quick.
Alright.
And while we do that, we are going to look at, I want to look at example 3. Example 3 will be next. Am I good to go? Fantastical. All right. I know we're all excited about our new schedules and our class change, but I'm going to ask that you wait to have that conversation until you're not in my class. Okay. Example 3. We are still going to be given one of the same 3 pieces of information. We will either have the part, the whole, or the percent. Look at example 3. What 2 pieces of information am I given? I don't want the whole thing. Just tell me, which of those 3 pieces are we given? We're given the part and the percentage. So what are we going to be finding? We're finding the whole. So can I go ahead and set up my proportion like that? Can I go ahead and do that first? Yeah, because we know the 100 has to be there. Always, no matter what. We know that we're finding the whole, so we need a variable there. I'm going to use the variable W because whole starts with W. Could I use any variable? Yeah. Does it have to be written in lowercase cursive?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. What is my part? 78 is my part. Thank you. Shh. Make sure that we're looking at example 3. What is my percent then? I'm sorry? 60? Do I put the percent sign in my proportion? No. Alright, so I had some people tell me no. Why do I not put that there? Why am I not going to write the percent sign there? Go ahead. Okay, I can have a percent and a fraction, but what is it about this particular fraction that says I don't need it?
It has a bar underneath it.
Not quite. What does percent mean?
Out of 100. Like
Out of 100 or per 100. Is the per 100 already included? Yeah, so if that part's already included, we don't need the percent sign. Okay? Very good. What do I do? How do I find my whole? Yes, sir. Solve the proportion. Thank you. How do I do that? Yes, ma'am. Cross multiply. Do we need to draw on our band-aid / butterfly wings? No? Okay. So what gets multiplied?
78 and 100.
And that equals?
W times 60.
W times 60. Thank you. 78 times 100. Yes, ma'am? 7,800. W times 60. How can I simplify that? Writing that grammatically correct. Okay, we know that we have a mathematical grammar. Using correct mathematical grammar of sorts. How do we write that? Yes, ma'am.
60W.
60W. Thank you. Because that 60 we call a coefficient. The coefficient has to go in front of a variable. All right? What do I do now? I divide by 60. Why am I dividing by 60? Because what? Because that's what's attached to my variable. 7,800 divided by 60 is someone with a handy dandy calculator. 130? Honey, no names. No names. 130 equals W. So, do I need a percent sign at the end of 130?
Yes.
What was I solving for?
The whole.
The whole. Does the whole get a percent sign? No, it's not cool enough for that. So this is our answer. That's it. Now, if we were looking at a real world situation, which some of our problems today will, they're going to give us the same, they'll either give us the part, a whole, or a percent in a real world situation. If we were looking at finding 60% of the dog food that was eaten, could we add 130 pounds of dog food? Yeah, that would be putting it back into the context of the problem. If we're not given that, if we're just given straight numbers, that's all that we have to do. This is where we stop. That's all there is. There isn't any more. Okay? Questions? Easy peasy? Thank you very much.